Sally, this is Randy Baylor. Could you get me the funeral parlor, please? How have you been? Oh, I hate to hear that. Try some honey and lemon. Oh, you better not add no whiskey, Sally. This is a dry county now. All right, much obliged. Ben, this is Randy. Well, not too good. We've lost Aunt Dee. No, Ben, it's not that we can't find her. She's kicked off. Well, near as we can figure, it was them dang pickles. Yeah, me and Dopey held off on eating them for the last month or two, and Aunt B hated to waste food, and there at the end she was really putting them away. I know Doc Campbell ain't told us nothing yet, but he's a-looking her over. Yeah, I expect you can come pick her up sometime this afternoon. Yeah, Ben, I was needing you to tell me what all comes with a traditional burial and how much is that going to set me back? Or should I go with that cremation I've been hearing so much about? Yeah, get me the facts and figures and I'll just hold on here for you. Well, no rush, Ben. She ain't a-going nowhere. All right, much obliged.
Well, Randy Baylor, I think I can help you out. This is a topic of discussion that has been debated for a long time in the funeral industry. Which is better, cremation or traditional burial? Well, first let's ask ourselves, what is included in a traditional burial? So, first we have embalming and dressing. Embalming is not always required, but most of the time it will be included. Next, we have the casket. Caskets come in many different varieties and many different prices. Next, we have the burial vault. Burial vaults also come in different varieties and different prices. Then we have our funeral service. It's not always required. You can choose to not have a funeral service. Then we have viewing and visitation. Viewing and visitation is also not required. Fun fact, when traditional burials first began, most of the time, the viewing and visitation lasted for 3 days. It has now mostly decreased down to 1 day. Just a fun fact. Next, we have cemetery and the mausoleum plots. You can choose where to have the final resting place for your loved one. You can choose a cemetery plot or a mausoleum. They're both very acceptable. And next we have transportation. From the time your loved one is deceased, all the way up until the final resting place moment, all of the transportation will be included. And finally, aftercare. Aftercare is a service that most funeral homes will offer, and I highly encourage you and your loved ones to take advantage of this service. It will most definitely help you throughout the grieving process. Now that we have seen everything that's included, let's talk about cremation. What is included in a cremation? First, we have the cremation process itself. Every deceased person that chooses cremation will be transported to a crematorium. However, most funeral homes nowadays are cremating on site. Next, we have the urn. Although an urn is not required, there are some very beautiful urns out there, and some are custom made. If you choose not to purchase an urn separately, it's okay. You can choose to have just the standard box that will come back with the cremains, specially sealed just for you. And next we have aftercare. Aftercare, again, something I highly encourage you to take advantage of. And then last, we have the funeral services. Yes, you can have a funeral service even though you choose cremation. It can help you and your family with the finality and grieving process. So, there we have it. You've seen the basic services that are included in a traditional burial and a cremation. Can we look at this for a second? This graph was given to us in 2017 by the National Directors Association. Cremations are on the rise. This was projected that in the year 2035, cremations will have increased to 78.8%. And traditional burials all the way decreased to 15.3. That's astounding numbers. Yes, this was given to us in 2017, but the numbers have not fluctuated much. They're still on track. So now we've seen both of these subjects. Let's talk about prices. What is this going to cost us? Here we have basic services for burial lasting all the way up to $10,000. And it can go higher depending on the options that you choose. Then we also have the cremation services, again, basic. However, depending on what you add in and choose, it can go from $5,600 all the way up to $8,600, and it can get higher depending on your options. So, Mr. Baylor, I definitely, if you're looking at cost effective, I would definitely choose cremation. I am sold on that idea.
Oh, yeah, Ben, that's extra good. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Lots of love to you and yours. Bye-bye.